right, so our last part of our essay is our conclusions, where we tie up our essay. This is what is the point that we're making, and let's make it and get out. Sometimes we have a few lines left, and sometimes we only have a couple. So we need to make our conclusion matter. And as you can tell, we got a couple of different lengths. We got one that's pretty big, one that's pretty small, then one that's kind of in the middle. And I'm going to show you, just as long as you get the points that you're trying to make in, doesn't matter how long it is. So our conclusion, let's look at our outline. Obviously, we need to restate our thesis, and we don't want to do that word for word, so figure out a different way to do that. Then we need to combine our examples. We use them in the same paper, so we need to make sure that they make sense. What do they have in common? If we use them in the same paper, they have to have something in common. And then we need to tie it all up. This is our so what question. Okay, what's the point we're trying to make with this paper? Before we get into our thesis, we need to make sure that we use a transition word. Okay, that's highly, highly, highly important. So let's go with our key up at the top. We have pink for restate thesis. Okay, then we're green for transition words. Then we're going purple for combine examples. Then we're going to go with orange with tied up or sum it up. Okay, and then we have red for high vocab, and then black for notes. Okay, so we're going to make this short and sweet because our conclusions don't have a whole lot to it. So let's go with our pink with our restate thesis. Okay, but we start all conclusions with a transition word. And if you notice, none of these say in conclusion because we teach you not to say in conclusion. In conclusion is elementary. We don't want to be elementary. We're grown now. Let's choose a different one. This one uses although. This one uses as a result. This one uses all in all. Okay? There are a million different ways you can end your conclusion. Let's stay away from in conclusion. I promise you. You're not going to be happy if you use in conclusion in your paper. Don't use in conclusion. Okay? So let's go pink. Although it is seen in a negative light, failure is a blessing in disguise. Okay? So here we've got failure. Again, we're bringing it up. And what is it? It's a blessing in disguise. Okay? So we're figuring out a different way of saying this. So let's combine our examples. We fall short, yet we learn how to succeed. We fall short, yet we learn how to succeed next time, just like Thomas Edison and Bill Gates. Okay? Combining those examples. Something becomes ruined, and we learn how to fix it. From the wreckage of our most terrible shortcomings springs new life. Greatness blossoming like flowers in the midst of debris. Okay? So yet again, we're pulling in these examples. So combine examples. Okay? What do they have in common? Well, they have the fact that they learn from their failures. Okay? And this person also brings in that metaphor again. We have the terrible shortcomings, springing new life, blossoming like flowers amidst the debris. Okay? That beautiful language of learning to tie in some literary devices. Next, let's tie it up. Failure makes us strong, and it teaches us lessons that we would otherwise never learn. Okay? So again, we're looking at failure. We're looking at teaches us lessons that we're learning. Okay? So we restate our thesis, we combine our examples, and we make that final so what point. It teaches us lessons we would never otherwise learn. Okay, so let's go in with our red. We have disguise as high vocabulary. Wreckage is a good word. Then we have debris. Again, higher level. Okay, So let's skip down to our next one. Doesn't necessarily have to be that long, obviously. So let's see if this person has everything they need to have. Okay. Topic sentence or restate thesis sentence. Revolutions and superheroes have one thing in common. Failure is not an option. Okay. So this person does something a little unique. They bring in the fact that failure is not an option, but they combine their examples, revolutions and superheroes. The combining of examples. Just as simple as that. Okay? And then again, we're bringing up that failure, not an option. And then let's tie it up. It is because of this that failure often leads to a great accomplishment. Okay, so again, we're summing up our point. Failure, great accomplishment. And obviously, we get those in the revolution and superheroes. Okay, so let's look at our very last one. All in all, people in history have failed repeatedly, but learned from their mistakes. Okay, so we're looking at failed and then learning from their mistakes. Okay, something that we obviously want people to do. Okay, so let's go with our purple. By examining their failures, such as Thomas Edison and Bill Gates, society today is able to know that failure doesn't make success impossible. It only allows excellence to be more easily achieved by utilizing the wisdom acquired from the mistakes that were made in the past. So this one has, because we're using that semicolon, we have two sentences in one, because semicolon has two complete sentences. So we have the combining of examples in this portion of the compound sentence. So combine examples. Okay, and then in the latter part, or on the other side of semicolon, is another complete sentence. Okay, it only allows excellence to be more easily achieved by utilizing the wisdom acquired from the mistakes that were made in the past. Okay, so we're tying it up. Obviously, all of these are tying it up. Okay, and so when you're using that semicolon, remember that it's a compound sentence, okay? Complete sentence on one side, a complete sentence on the other. When you're using those, let's circle that in black. When you're using those, that is higher level writing skills. Learn to use them, learn to put them in your writing. Anytime you can use a hyphen, a colon, a semicolon, you're really utilizing those writing skills, okay? So let's go in with high vocabulary in here, utilizing, wisdom, okay, maybe acquired even. This one I didn't really see any high vocabulary. If you want to say accomplishments is one, that's fine. All in all, okay, we have the fact that in this tie-up, mistakes were made in the past and that we are learning from them. Okay, that's the whole point this person was making. All right, so let's go back in with our pink and make sure we label these. Restate, thesis, restate, thesis. It's obviously time for lunch. Yay. Okay, and I'm about done. All right, so in all these, we restate our thesis. And we make our final push to a higher level paper, which is exactly what we want. We cover all of these steps and we make sure that we have all our elements to get it there, whether it's this big, or this big. They all restate, they all combine examples, and they all tie up using those high vocabularies and making sure that we answer the prompt fully. Okay? All right, so let's practice our hand at a few of them.